Okay, so I've talked about this before, but I'll give a quick recap and then talk about Dark Souls 3's story specifically. There's a flame called the First Flame that gives light to the world and keeps the gods in power. Every now and then, hard to say exactly how long since time gets wonky, the First Flame starts to die and mankind becomes cursed. People bearing the curse mark become undead when they die, and if these undead lose hope or die too much, they lose their humanity and become hollows, a mindless form of undead that violently attacks others. When the first flame starts to die, a lot of weird religious stuff happens, but the big thing is that a lot of undead start trying to revive it. Eventually, one of them gathers enough souls and uses them to reignite the first flame, prolonging the Age of Light. In Dark Souls 3, however, it's a little different. The whole chosen undead journey has already gone on, but the guy who was primed to rekindle the flame decided not to do that, and just watch the world die instead. That means that the Lords of Cinder, a group of people who have rekindled the flame previously, are called to do it. But they don't want to either. So, at the beginning of the game, a bell rings and awakens the Ashen Ones, undead who previously tried to rekindle the flame and failed to do so. Your job as an Ashen One, or a Champion of Ash, is to find the Lords of Cinder and use their souls to rekindle the flame. I'll talk about each Lord of Cinder when I get to them, but I can go ahead and talk about this guy now. This guy is Ledlith the Exiled. He's one of the, 5 Lords of Cinder I need in order to rekindle the first flame, and he's the only one who actually showed up to the whole party. I've already talked to him in some downtime stuff, but I gave him the kiln we got from killing the Curse-Rotten Greatwood, and in return, he can now, transform boss souls into, special weapons and stuff. But I'm probably not actually going to do that any. If you'll see, we're obviously in Firelink Shrine. There are a whole bunch of thrones around here. Each one is for a different Lord of Cinder. Each of the Lords of Cinder who's not here is going to be a boss in the future. We'll fight that one first, but it'll still be a little ways away. Those guys are the main bosses in the game. You gotta kill each of them, get their remains, and put the remains on the thrones to initiate the ending. Here in Firelink Shrine, which serves as the hub for all your adventures, we have this gal. She's the Firekeeper. Every game has a Firekeeper. Dark Souls 1 has several. Each Firekeeper is bound to a bonfire, and they're tied into the whole Chosen Undead quest, though they're the exact manner of that connection is not 100% clear. This Firekeeper's my favorite. She's got the most personality, and she's just super cute. And also, if you do emotes, she reacts. Watch this. This one's a fun one. Sit down. And she does a little twirl. She's cute and I love her. I don't think you learn her name. You learn the Dark Souls 2 Firekeeper's name. But as a Firekeeper, her main interaction is to level me up. And that's about all it is. I give her souls, she gives me levels. It's a mutual exchange. This dude over here... Oh, what's his name? Yeah. He is sort of, he's just another, undead dude. He's not a hollow. But he is, a deserter of the Undead Legion, who is actually one of the bosses we're gonna fight, the first ones. It's a little hard to explain, but it's actually multiple people are the Lords of Cinder. He's a deserter. He hangs out here. He's lost all hope, though he's not a hollow yet. And he doesn't actually, you can't really buy anything from him or interact with him in any meaningful way, though there is a little bit of a side quest with him later. This gal is the Shrine Handmaid, and she serves as the main merchant in the game. She sells kind of a bit of everything. And if you remember, last time I got some Mortician's Ashes from the graveyard in the what's it called? The undead place. You know, the one. Anyway, I gave them to her, and now she sells extra stuff like this key, the grave key that I bought already. That's going to allow me to that will allow me to go into the sewers and meet someone new, which I'll do on the next video. This guy is Andre the Blacksmith. Hey, Andre. He's actually a character from the second game, and he has a daughter in that game that's not around. I wonder what happened to her. Anyway, he can reinforce your weapons, repair equipment, and do Estus Flask upgrades and stuff. Other than that, there's Grey Rat, who we've already been over. You can send him off at certain points in the game to go Undead Settlement. That's the name. You can send him off to go gather like new things to sell. I believe, at least in some of the places, there are certain conditions you have to meet in order for him to survive his journey, and otherwise he just dies, and you he doesn't come back with anything new. Firelink Shrine serves as the hub world for your adventures. There's not a whole lot of stuff in and around it. This fog wall. There's a neat thing in this game where when you go to Firelink Shrine, it loads it as two separate areas. It loads the this area where all the NPCs hang out first, and then afterwards loads the outside area, see around here, to reduce loading times when you're just hopping back here real quick to level, so that it doesn't have to load all this stuff before you can get in and do what you need to do. That's a giant tree. It comes up in PvP, but other than that, I probably won't ever use it. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of stuff to do around in Firelink Shrine, but as the game progresses, I will get more NPCs, and those NPCs will have quests and things to buy and secrets to uncover. But for now, this will be it. So I guess I'll see you probably next week, since this will probably take a lot of editing to get the lore stuff done correctly. So, goodbye, audience.